What's up, you guys? ShartimusPrime here, doing another Marvel Legends action figure review on the Marvel Legends Bonebreaker Build-A-Figure Waves Wolverine. If you're trying to get your Marvel Legends, you can do so at
Search your feelings, you know it to be true. Darkside Toys is a store for you. Link below.
And while you're down there, I ask you to please hit that like button. And if you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button as well as the notification bell. And this figure is looking pretty sweet. I do like the packaging. Don't necessarily remember the heat claws. I know it's canon and everything. But anyway, on the back, nice image of Wolverine. And then you get a read up over here. If you want to read it, go ahead and pause it right now. There's the other figures from the wave. You get a spot varnished X logo on the top. Not much more at the bottom. So let's get to it and crack this thing open. Quite light, by the way. It does not have a Build-A-Figure piece in there at all, as most of the Wolverine figures tend to not have a Build-A-Figure piece, right? Because they pack them 2 per case. No? But anyway, pick these up at GameStop. Thanks again, Cowboy Collector, for the heads up. Ooh, just an interchangeable head and the figure itself right over here. Not a lot going on, man. Fairly light packaging, but anyway, let's get this guy back on the rotating base. And here's Wolverine back on the rotating base. Not looking too bad. Do like the body mold, but there is not much new going on over here, and we don't really get any accessories except for the 2 heads. So let's get a closer look at those head sculpts, and then we'll get a closer look at the rest of the figure. So based off of my brief research, when Wolverine returned from being in his cryo-adamantium chamber, he had heat claw powers. I guess from the healing factor building up and generating heat, and at one point, like when he got upset, the claws would heat up, and he was able to ignite them and shoot fire from them, and I'm not a big fan of it. It looks like a lot of readers weren't a big fan of it, and they took out the heat claws thing. Now this head sculpt right here, it's the same as the one that came with the Amazon exclusive 5-pack. This just has a lighter flesh tone to it. I feel like the paint apps are a little bit cleaner on this newer one, but I do prefer the flesh tone on the older one. So not a bad head sculpt. Then they've given us the brown suit Wolverine head sculpt again, but with a much lighter yellow. So you can see this one right here. And here's a brown suit Wolverine head sculpt from several years back. So we've had a few newer heads, but they went with this much older one. And then looking at the rest of the figure, nothing is new on this thing except for the belt, unless I'm mistaken. That may be from a much older figure, but I think that's a brand new belt right there. I could possibly be wrong. The paint apps look pretty clean on it, though. I do like that gold and red. No paint right here on the arms. I always like to see that when they paint the hair. Like, as far as the design goes, having the black on the shoulder pads, I don't really like it. I do think the blue and the yellow paint apps look very clean, so at least that's cool. I do have some parts on the legs where it doesn't look as clean, though. You can see they've used the X-Force Wolverine claws right here, but we have this kind of translucent with the red at the bottom, which does look really neat. So I think it does look cool. The execution of it is very well done. No interchangeable hands with the figure, which would have been nice. And you can see the legs look pretty clean over here. I think it was just around the knees. I may have had a couple of paint splotches like right there on the inside, but other than that, it looks pretty good. I'm not a big fan of the super bright yellow. I do wish they went with a slightly darker yellow tone. It's even brighter than the Love Triangle 3-pack yellow that you can see right over here. And I thought this was too bright. This is even brighter. Anyway, you get pegholes at the bottom of the feet. Obviously, because of the reuse over here, I'm not going to go through the articulation. If you want to check out an older video, go ahead. But you can see, measuring him out again, he's at about 6 inches tall. So I don't know if I'm going to show off a lot of size comparisons with this figure, but you can see him right next to the Love Triangle 3-pack Wolverine. And then here we have our House of 10 or Powers of X House of 10 figure right there. And yeah, I mean, if this was the only Wolverine figure that you're going to get, I would probably still go with one of these 2 first. Probably that one first for sure. And for another Wolverine comparison, you can see we have our first appearance Wolverine figure, which actually still has a darker yellow than this figure. I thought in my head this yellow was brighter, or maybe the same as this, but nope, this is even brighter than that. Then here's our Death of Wolverine figure compared to the Return of Wolverine figure, or this is the 20th anniversary adamantium repaint. Big thanks to, I think Patrick sent me this. If I'm wrong about that, forgive me. Forgive me. Wolverine party, yeah! I think this one's dead. And then here's Wolverine. Next to the only other figure from this wave that I reviewed, we have Siren. Then here's the Return of Wolverine figure. Next to your average 6-inch scale figure, we have the Marvel Legends Big Time Letdown Spider-Man. Ah, you're back! Ah, cool! Ah, well, what's with the claws? You got heat claws now, huh? Oh, wait, no, you don't have heat claws anymore. They're gone, right? So he kind of came back with a new power, and then the new power went away. Kind of a letdown. Oh, you got this? Sweet. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to show some love to the channel by hitting that like button. And if you're new here, hit that subscribe button as well as the notification bell. And a big thank you to all these people that support this content via Patreon and membership. If you're in a position to do so and you want the perks, check it out. Link in the description below. A little behind on the early access, so I'll get back on track with that soon. Just got a little disruptive with my schedule going down to Toy Depot and everything, which, by the way, had an amazing time. Thank you so much, everybody that came out. Thank you, Toy Depot. Anyway, this figure right here is not that great. If you're new to Marvel Legends, you haven't been collecting Marvel Legends for very long, I don't think this is the Wolverine figure to get. If you're a big fan of Wolverine and you like the storyline, yeah, you're going to be happy with it, but I don't think that many people are going to go crazy for this particular version. I think the execution of the figure is actually pretty well done. I do like how the heat claws came out. I wish we had more accessories, especially because it does not come with a Build-A-Figure piece. So the figure is very light. It doesn't have anything new. Like, as far as sculpt go, I guess the belt maybe, but like really, there's nothing really new going on here. And it's, for me personally, not that great of a figure, or a figure that excites me. You know, again, the execution's not bad, but to me, it's not that great of a figure. And at the price point of around 25 to 30 bucks, these things are just getting more and more expensive. I'm gonna give this Wolverine figure a Sun rating of pass. And yeah, man, it's just not for me, you know? I have other Wolverine figures that have this same body mold that I like a whole lot more. Maybe if I read the story and I really liked it, then I'd probably be, you know, more excited about having this figure, but at this point, not a huge fan of it, and I'd like to know what you guys think, so please let me know in the comments section below. If you want to see the latest Marvel news, you can find it all over at marvelousnews.com, and if you want to stay in touch with me on social media, you can find me on Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, and TikTok, and I will catch you guys later. Peace.
That's crispy.
Then for another Wolverine comparison, we have... Hey, new ShartimusPrime videos. Hey, you should click one. Yeah, click on one of them. Or subscribe if you haven't. Your face.